Knowledge is power. Make an impact by learning more. Call us right now for more help at 866-945-8070.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Oh, I think I'm getting this cold, this yucky thing that everybody's gotten. I don't feel so great, but
Wait, hold on, I gotta switch my sound.
Okay.
Okay, that's much better. Now I can actually hear what you're saying.
Oh, I think I'm getting this stupid cold that everybody else is getting.
Don't give it away. Don't get that cold.
I know. I'm trying hard. Really. I'm sorry I missed yesterday. It was not my day yesterday.
Be charitable. Be charitable. Give it to someone else.
Okay, I will. I'll show you a picture of what my friend sent me. Look at her and her twins.
Oh, is that Lizelle? No, that's not Lizelle.
No, this is my other. So Kimberly has been, she's been in my life for like 17 years.
Wow.
She's an amazing woman, and really, like, she's Auntie Kim in our house. She's just really amazing. Yeah, no, Lizelle, she's been good. She's just been busy herself, so.
Gotcha. Well, she has reason to be.
Yeah, 2 children. So what you up to? How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm a little concerned that Allie's not here yet. I know she's coming. I just need to make sure she's not having trouble getting in.
11:58. Okay.
Look, Mom, no sling.
What?
Say, look, Mom, no sling.
Yeah, I should be wearing it still till Sunday, but I just can't take it anymore.
No.
Oh.
Wait. There's Allie.
Sally.
Allie, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Sorry. I had
Great.
about to hit. Okay. Yeah.
No worries. I was just emailing you to make sure you were able to get in.
Yeah. Thankfully, I've used Zoom a few times before, which is,
I figured. Most of us have by now.
yeah.
Every time I do start going to like launch a meeting, I always think about that show that was on when I was a kid. I might be dating myself now, but there was a show called Zoom, and there was like a theme song that went with it. Everybody would wear these purple and orange striped shirts. It was like a show from the 70s. And the theme song went a little something like this. It was like, come on and zoom, zoom, zoom. It's one of those earbuds that gets stuck in your head, if you remember.
Yeah.
Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Am I alone here? I think I'm alone here.
I think you might be alone on that one.
Gina, do you know the show? Do you remember?
I don't. I am definitely old enough, but I really don't remember that show.
It was up there with like Romper Room. Do you remember Romper Room?
I do remember Romper Room.
It was like the same kind of show. Like you would watch Romper Room and then Zoom would come on.
Huh.
Maybe I had other things to do after Romper Room. I don't know.
Was that a PBS type show?
I think it was.
I remember Romper Room, but
I think it was. All right. Let me go live on Facebook, and then we'll officially start.
Okay.
We'll officially get this party started. And it is going to be a party. Because from what I hear, whenever Allie's around, it's a party.
Oh.
I can start bad rumors that way. Sorry. Not what I meant. Go live. Luckily, that part wasn't recorded.
Oh, thank goodness.
So, Allie, where do you live? Like, where are you from?
I'm originally from Santa Cruz, California, but now I am currently living in Walnut Creek. But I did have a short stint over in Portland, Oregon, which was very fun. But
Nice. That's Sarah's neck of the woods.
for some reason, I really like the ocean. So, I just got to be like in the most expensive part of the United States.
Of course you do.
Right?
All right, hold on. We've got the live Facebook feed going. I just want to post it in the Between Wall and Main forum group. And we are live with ScanSnap Alley.
Yes. I'll put the hashtag in there too,
Oh, hashtag ScanSnap Alley. Okay.
Hashtag ScanSnap Alley, yeah.
Should I get my phone?
All right, wait for it. And posting. Let's see how far up in the sky I can get my left arm this week. I broke my shoulder.
Oh, no.
But it's been almost 6 weeks now, so I should be almost cured. Good morning. Yeah, that's about all I got there. Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome. It's January 19th, 2018, and we have a very special show planned. If you've been to any of the accounting conferences that most of us in the accounting world all go to, whether it's Scaling New Heights or QuickBooks Connect, or in years past the Sleater Conference, perhaps more recently at Accountex, you have seen ScanSnap Alley. She is always the one at the ScanSnap booth at every single conference. I think that's actually where she lives. I think they probably have like a secret plumbing system hidden inside there, so she has running water and electricity. And anyway, welcome, Allie. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So how long have you been with ScanSnap? Because it seems like you've been there forever.
Oh, goodness. I've been there for a little over 4.5 years, or maybe like 4 3/4 of a year if you want to go back to when you were like a kid and really want to know exactly your age. But I'll come up with 5 years around May. So it's very exciting. So I know all of the ins and outs of ScanSnap and all of our Fujitsu scanners actually, which makes it really easy for me to talk to accountants about the best solutions that they need for not only themselves, but for their clients.
Right. Now, I suffer from severe ADD, which means that when I get documents in, I have a lot of different solutions that I like to use. I have things in Google Drive, I have Box.com, I have Dropbox, I have Evernote, I have things in Smartsheet and Active Collab and other project management tools. So ultimately, I have documents everywhere, and I need a good solution so that I can, there's two situations, right? And I'm completely paperless at this point, but other people aren't, right? So I'm at the mercy of the paper that they send me.
Right.
And sometimes I need a quick way to just get it scanned in because there's something I have to do with it right away. Other times I can wait. So maybe I'll send it into a service to be scanned. But then again, maybe with a Fujitsu ScanSnap scanner, I don't need to do the service because maybe I can scan things fast enough that it doesn't take me hours to scan things and name them and get them where they want to go. So talk to me about that.
Yeah, so we have a couple really quick solutions for you. And I personally try to preach that you shouldn't be doing the scanning anymore because you guys have way better things to do than scanning a few pages here and there. So it's really about putting the scanner on your client's desk and having them scan into a solution for you. That way you get more time, the documents stay close to the source, and so that they're not getting lost in transition or, forgotten to be scanned or whatever. So the scanner is with them and with you, so that way it gives you guys like a whole total covered solution.
Gotcha.
I think the best solution is that we do have our ScanSnap Cloud feature, which enables users to just walk up to the scanner, drop the documents in, scan the documents, and because you've already pre-configured your save destinations with our ScanSnap Cloud app, all of those documents are going into a very specific folder or a very specific software that you use. So we'll use Dropbox as an example. So I can walk up to my scanner right now and throw documents into it. And then with that, I don't need to worry about it because I know that they're in my ScanSnap folder in my Dropbox account. So when I actually have time, I can go back and I can name them or put them into the client's folder or, whatever else I want to do with those documents.
Awesome. So actually, let's start with the hardware for a minute because I was looking online and there's a few different scanners, right? There's a desktop one, and then there's, I think it's the IX or something, which is a small little thin one, right? So obviously one is good for travel, right? The small one is good for desktop. So
Sarah was showing us the small one.
Oh, I actually have one right here.
Oh, Sarah had. Oh, beautiful.
Don't worry, I got like a whole collection of scanners. You know,
I'm surprised you don't have them hanging on the wall behind you, like as a mural.
That's a really good idea, but I don't really want to put more holes in my apartment than I need to, and I don't really want them on display either. It's a little weird. They're not quite trophies, but you know, the kind of are. They do work a little bit better on my desk too, you know, so papers aren't falling down the wall.
So the small one obviously is good for travel if I'm on the go. If I actually if I don't work completely remotely and I do still go see clients, it's great to have, I'm sure, so that I can grab their documents and quickly scan things, right?
Right.
But given the choice, it sounds like I get the impression it's probably better to have the desktop one because that one can scan multiple documents at once, so you can just get a lot more scanned a lot faster. Okay, and so in perfect world, just get both, right? Have one on your desktop and one for traveling.
Hey, that's what I have.
Got it. Okay, so tell us about the different models that you have. Is it just those two, or are there others?
No, we actually have 5 models on our ScanSnap product line. We have ones ranging in size and obviously like what they do. So this one right here that I have is our IX100. It's our smallest scanner, but we also have our S1100i. And the biggest difference between these two scanners is that the IX100 that I have in my hand, that one actually has a Wi-Fi capability. So I'm able to use our ScanSnap Cloud feature. Our S1100i, it is wired, so it is USB connected. So you still have to travel with your computer. So the nice thing about the IX100 is that since it is Wi-Fi enabled and it has a rechargeable battery in it, all I need to travel with is my scanner and my mobile device because I don't really need my computer anymore. I'm completely mobile. I'm in the cloud. I'm able to take this with me and scan either one of 2 ways into our ScanSnap Connect application and then or our ScanSnap Cloud app, which pushes it out to those third-party applications. And then our S1100i works traditionally with our ScanSnap Manager on the desktop with our quick menu, which also enables you to scan to cloud features. It just is tethered to the computer. Our next one would be our S1300i. It's about like this size, so about double the size of our IX100, and it is USB connected. The nice thing about that is that it weighs about 3 pounds, so it's still nice and light to take with you, but you are tethered to your computer again. So it is that USB connected, more of that traditional route. The next one we have is our, I'm gonna try to move my computer so you can see it, which is our IX100 or IX500 over here, which is our desktop scanner. It's our bread and butter scanner. It's one of the most popular scanners in the world. It scans 25 pages a minute. It weighs about 7 pounds, so it's still light enough to take with you, but you really don't want to take it with you. So it is more for those stacks of documents that are sitting on your desk or like your daily documents that you want to scan in. And since it holds 50 documents, it's really easy to be able to scan mass amounts of documents in a short period of time. Let's see. And then we have our SV600, which is a very unique scanner. It's an overhead scanner and it's meant to scan books. So if you check that one out online, we have a lot of great videos that kind of shows you how it works. The really neat thing about that scanner is that it actually will detect and correct the curvature of the book, crop and flatten those documents. So it's really good for like education and libraries or, you know, like law libraries, or I don't know if they really have accounting libraries, but if they do, you know, it would be a good place to have it.
That sounds really exciting.
Doesn't it? Like
library.
Accounting library.
So you're talking hardcover books. I can take a hardcover book without tearing out the pages and get it scanned.
Right. Yeah. Because it scans, it has like a head that like overlooks it, and then the head kind of swivels out and back, and it has 2 LED lights on either side. So it's a very unique scanner to the market. And then I'll kind of go over our pricing because that was a question asked in the chat. The IX100 is it's listed at $229, goes about $200 or less on Amazon. The S1100i is about $180. The S1300i, which is that medium-sized one, it's about $250, and then the IX500 goes about $420 online. And then the SV600 I think is about $600 or $700 online. Amazon's the best place to buy it. I wouldn't recommend buying it through our website just because you have to pay the full price. Amazon, because they are a distributor of ours, they're able to offer at a little bit of a lower price, which is nice for you guys.
Got it. Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so any questions about the hardware? One thing I'm thinking is the small wireless one. Might be great to carry it around at an accounting conference and just scan people's business cards as they hand them to you. Does that one scan business cards?
Yeah, it does. We actually have a software with our ScanSnap Manager called CardMinder. It extracts all the data off of those business cards and then puts it kind of in a virtual Rolodex. But then if you use something like Salesforce or Act or a couple other CRMs, you're able to export those directly out to it. And then if you use Outlook too, you can scan directly into your Outlook contacts. You can also export it out as a CSV format, so you can import it into pretty much any CRM or contact solution that you have.
Gotcha. Brilliant. Okay, so let's talk about the software now. So like I said, I might have 6 different places where I need to scan documents to, and I think I remember from what you showed me, I was very impressed with the software that you guys have insofar as how I can grab whatever I scan and put it wherever I need it to go. So are you able to share your screen and kind of give us a demo?
Yeah, hold on, let me see.
And Alexa's watching on Facebook. She says, I want that overhead scanner for my genealogy work. Lots of old albums and journals I need to digitize. Nice.
Okay, so let's see. I have a business card right here. So I'm just going to throw this in just so that you can see our ScanSnap Manager software.
Is it my business card?
No, it's my hairdresser's.
Okay, we'll take it.
Let's see if this is not going to.
If anybody needs a good hairdresser, pay attention, especially if you're in the Walnut Creek area.
Yes. Oh, come on.
That's one job you'll never be able to do remotely, right? Hairdressing, hair styling.
Hairstyling. Sorry, I had my computer on ScanSnap Cloud. Let's go. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, it scans very fast. I think I even have it on one-sided right now for who knows what demo reason I was using. So as you can see here, we have a variety of applications that you can scan into. I'll kind of start with our proprietary software, which is our ScanSnap receipt software. It does kind of what the name says. It extracts all the data off of those receipts for you. And then you can export them out into an Excel spreadsheet. It's very basic. It's meant more for the consumer-based customers for managing your own receipts. And then we have our ScanSnap Organizer here, which is an organization tool. It allows you to quickly organize your documents. It can allow you to do post-scan OCR. It's pretty much just like a virtual folder structure, and then you can have different cabinets too. It's a really great tool. A lot of people don't utilize it, but it is a nice tool to have. And then we have CardMinder down here, which is our business card reader. And then after I show you the quick menu, I can go into all of these to kind of show you the layout of the software itself. So CardMinder, it extracts all the data off of your cards for you. And then what's really nice about ScanSnap is what sets us apart is all of our third-party integration. So we have all of the cloud services right here, Dropbox, and then we have DevonThink, which is a very advanced document management system. I have Clio over here, so anyone who specializes in lawyers, I can scan directly into Clio. I can also scan directly into a Citrix ShareFile from here too. However, it's not available on Mac. It isn't only a PC integration. If you want it on Mac, go bother ShareFile. They're not going to listen to me. But you can scan directly into ShareFile with it. And then we have a long list of third-party applications too, like Net Documents. God, what are some other ones that I was... Oh, we have an integration with Neat too right now, and we actually have a deluxe bundle or a Neat bundle, so you can buy your ScanSnap IX500 with a year of Neat premium comes with. So that's something that's interesting.
So you're talking about using ScanSnap hardware with Neat's software?
Yes.
That's neat.
Isn't it? Yeah, and it's something that like we've always had, but never have really marketed until now, and so it's a very new feature that we are excited about too. And then we have right here, we have Abby Fine Reader, which allows you to convert your documents back into completely editable Word docs, Excel spreadsheets, and PowerPoint presentations, which is a nice, really nice feature.
So one of the things about this, sorry to interrupt, but
no, go ahead.
One of the things I want to point out about this is me being me, when I look at the integrations, I don't just look at the integrations for the purpose of seeing the ones that I might want to scan to. All of a sudden I start thinking, wow, wait a minute. She mentioned DevonThink is a really robust doc. So now I have like shiny toy syndrome because now I want to go find out what all these apps are that you can scan to. And so now I have a whole new list of apps that I have to check out, starting with DevonThink, and then what was the other one? Abby something?
Abby someone. Yeah. Abby someone, yeah.
Abby someone.
That one actually comes in the box for you. So any ScanSnap comes with Abby FineReader. It's usually for ScanSnap, but it allows you to take all of your scan documents and then convert them back into those editable ones. It also is our OCR tool, so it's what OCRs all of your documents for you too.
That's awesome. I have to check that out. And is it pretty accurate? You know, in terms of, like, my expectation would almost be that if I have like a noisy document that doesn't come out well on a scan, that it's not going to convert well into Word. But is it pretty good?
It does pretty good. The more, I'd have to say, like, the struggle that I've seen is business cards because of like Vistaprint now. Like, people can have the wildest business cards that they could possibly imagine. So they get really busy, and then like I can't even read what's on the business card, so I don't think the computer can either.
Right.
So that one kind of struggles, but what's really nice about CardMinder and ScanSnap Receipt is that we have something called Rubber Band OCR. So I can take my mouse and drag it around the area and create a box and then click it, and then it will reread that that section of it.
Wow.
And then at that point, it kind of gets it. But, you know, if it's really messy and really terrible, then nothing's going to be able to read it. But
no matter how good the technology.
Yeah, Abby is one of the industry leaders in OCR technology. So
awesome. All right, so I'll have to definitely check that out. That sounds interesting. Because how many times do we get a document from, or I wonder how it'll work. Like if I scan a paper bank statement, most of the PDF converters don't work at all on a scanned bank statement. It'll be interesting to see how well this does, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, you want to be able to convert it from like a bank statement back into an Excel spreadsheet, because the nice thing, or like what Abby does, is it completely mimics the format of the document. So if it's a printout of a page, then it's going to want to put it, it's going to do really good in Word, but trying to put that into an Excel spreadsheet, it's not going to really work that well, but it will, what it will do is if you have like bullet points, if you hit enter, it will continue that bullet point line with the exact replica of that bullet point. Or if it's like an alphabet, like A, B, and C, hit enter, it will do D for you. So like things like that to be able to edit those documents. It's really robust.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. I'll shut up now and let you keep going.
Okay. So let's scan, since I did a business card, we'll scan it into, look whose card I have right there.
There it is. I was waiting for that.
Yeah, see, that one did not do very well at all. But see, like I said, hold on. Let's scan this.
Right, because I have one of those crazy business cards that's way too
You have one
big.
of those crazy business cards. I was trying to scan it so that I didn't have to carry it because it wouldn't fit into my little, I have like, you know, the credit card holders that everyone passes out at shows. I have one of those stuck to my computer to put all my business cards that I collect in it. So I keep them separate from other things. But see, you can see like it didn't really like Carrie's name, but like what I can do is I can go back and rubber band this and hit full name and see if it'll, no, it does not like that one. I should have used my business. Here's my business card.
But you know, it's one thing to point out that's interesting here is when you make up your business cards. I mean, mine are intentionally wild and out there because they really stand out. You're not going to like lose sight of my business card. But in reality, you want to keep this in mind, I think, when you go to create.
You guys know this guy.
Hey, there's
right?
Clayton. Yeah,
I got Clayton's business card right here. There we go. Look at that. Look how great that is.
Because he kept it nice and simple, and that's what I was driving at. You know, because really, more and more as marketers, we want to think about the fact that this is what people are going to want to do with our business cards. So really, unless you're me and you want to do something idiotic, because I kind of live for the idiotic, then you want to really kind of think about doing a card like Clayton's, so that when somebody does scan it, it's really easy for them. Because remember, really, we're trying to make it easy for them to get your contact information so they can contact you. That's kind of the purpose of a business card, right?
Right. But you can manually type everything in here. And so like, look, if I go down here, I can add it to my contacts, which will actually go directly into my contact book on my Mac. And then I can look at my output file, and then I can change everything throughout here. And you can kind of change whatever, all the information you want out of here. And then when I do export them, they go into an export file. So they're still in here, but they're just put into a different location. But you can keep everything in CardMinder if you want to, which is also really nice to be able to.
So how do I get the software installed on my computer, by the way? When I buy the ScanSnap scanner, do I just go on your website and set up an account and download it, or?
Oh, I wish it was that easy. It's very difficult because it is our corporate site. So it is our international corporate support site that you have to go to, which is always really great to kind of deal with. But the shortcut for our division is just fcpa.com, which is Fujitsu Computer Products of America.com.
Do we have a meeting scribe to write that down? We need to know that.
Frank, Cat, Papa, Alpha.com.
Frank, Cat, Paul,
Papa.
Alpha.
Yep.
.com.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, to get the ScanSnap software. I'm writing that down.
Yeah, you can download it. We also have the disk that comes with the scanner, but I know a lot of computers don't have disk drives nowadays, so just downloading it is the easiest way. And you can always look for our support site through our ScanSnap community site too, which is our blog site. It's an opt-in. We have an opt-in newsletter that comes out monthly too if you want some more information on it, on ScanSnap itself and like what's going on.
Can I interrupt for just a second?
Yes.
Facebook, Kelly Hollis says, for the business cards, make one side super cool and the other side scannable.
Perfect.
That's brilliant.
That works, right?
Yep. That way, so this scannable side obviously is the one that's got the critical contact information. The other side's the one that's going to have all the pretty flowers on it or something. I don't know.
All that fun stuff, right? Okay, let's see. Let's grab, search for it. No, that's not what I wanted. Wrong application. Okay. Sorry, I have so many ScanSnap apps, it's hard to search for them because they all start with ScanSnap.
I've been not keeping I've been a bad boy. I haven't been checking the Facebook feed. We have several comments and questions.
Oh, yay. Okay, go ahead. Well, I was just going to quickly go over ScanSnap Organizer. So this is ScanSnap Organizer. You can see I have my root folder here, and then I can actually create a whole folder structure underneath it. The really great thing about ScanSnap Organizer is that I can post, scan, convert into a searchable PDF, and then I can export out into all of my applications that I have on my quick menu. So if I need it to go into a second location, like my Dropbox account, I can send it over to my Dropbox account. The third great thing about this is that since it looks like a proprietary software, we don't actually lock you into it. So we've created a root folder underneath your documents, underneath your C drive or whatever drive you have. It has all of these documents in the same exact folder structure that you have in ScanSnap Organizer on your computer as well. So if you decide that you don't want to use ScanSnap Organizer anymore, you don't have to export any of these documents. They're already exported into a second location for you.
That's awesome.
Right.
All right, so a couple of questions and some good ones here on the Facebook feed. So first of all, are we able to name a document before it goes up to ScanSnap Cloud, like as we're scanning it?
Not before, but we do have an automatic naming convention for it. So it will either put like a timestamp on it, or it will try to grab what I call top page OCR. So we'll look at the top couple inches of that document and try to name a naming convention from it.
Gotcha. And Sarah Layla is asking, can we customize a button for clients? I'm not sure. I'm sure that had context at the point in which she was asking it. I'm not sure which. So Sarah, if you can clarify exactly where we were when you were asking that.
Can I continue? Because I know Sarah likes to have the scanner. Like you, Allie, she wants the scanner in the client's office.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to make it super easy for them. So is there a button that or icon, I'll say, on the desktop that she can create for the client to just click and it automatically goes where she wants it to go?
Well, I'll do you one better. She can create a profile so that way when they walk up to the scanner, they just scan the documents in and then it will automatically save into that folder on their desktop. Or we'll use, again, Dropbox as an example because everyone has a Dropbox account. I think about 80% of our ScanSnap Cloud users use Dropbox. So what they can do is they can create a profile that scans into a specific shared folder into Dropbox. That way Sarah has them on her desktop too as soon as they're scanned.
Gotcha. All right, and she says, I need clients to scan their bills and email them to bill.com or Mineral Tree. Can they, that was where she was asking about naming the file before it uploads.
Okay, yeah, so with our scan to email function, yes, you can rename the document and then they can actually send it directly to bill.com using their special bill.com email. But yeah, so with our traditional route, and I'll scan Clayton's business card again. So we'll use scan to folder as an example here. So I get to name that document. So I can rename it. And then I can put it into my folder that I would choose too. So I can hit browse here and it's attached to my complete folder structure that I have set up. And then the same thing, when you email it out, this same preview will populate, and then they can name it and then attach it directly to an email.
Right. And Gina, I'm curious to go back to you and your comments / questions, and also regarding, I think, what Sarah was asking about. When you say you want clients, are you saying you're going to buy a scanner and put it in your client's office, or make them buy one?
You do either, depending on how much they pay you a month.
I mean, yeah, I was going to say, to buy a scanner for each client could start to add up.
Oh, absolutely. But you know, when you look at the amount of work that you save by you know, not having to deal with all those documents, it really could be worth it.
Yeah, I mean, what I always tell people is that if you are going to buy a scanner for your client, then input that into your initial startup fees, or somewhere add it into your set fees, because then it offsets the cost for you, because you're not putting it out of pocket, but you know, like they're secretly paying for a scanner that they may not know about, but they get to keep it. Like, I mean, like, don't take it away when they're not your client anymore. Like, keep it, let them keep it. But you know, like there's a balance of figuring it out, and it's, I mean, like, you always can't lose that much money, because I mean, depending on how many clients you have, that's a lot of money to buy a bunch of scanners. But by inserting it into like your initial setup fees or your monthly fees that they pay you, then it becomes kind of an offset cost that's included.
Yeah, that's true. If you think about it, if you know you're going to have the client for, let's just call it at least 6 months, and you just add $100 a month to your fee, that pays for the scanner, more than pays for the scanner in 6 months.
Yeah.
Right?
Or rent it to them.
Mm-hmm.
What are the
Yeah,
fees?
but then you got to like have that conversation about, oh, I'm going to rent it and take it away if we stop. Like, I'd rather just charge them for it, and like Allie said, let them keep it, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or that's a great way to make your service sticky. Hey, I'm going to give you the scanner, but if you fire me as your accountant, I'm taking it away from you.
And Sarah says we can make stickers with our accounting logo and information and stick it on the scanner.
Yeah. I've
That's a
always
good
wanted
idea.
someone to do that.
That's a good idea.
Someone sends me a picture, you know, maybe I'll send them a scanner if they do that. And have a bunch of scanners all over for their
So
clients.
Sarah even said, she says, I'd love to buy them scanners, but it's cost prohibitive for smaller clients, which, yeah, of course makes sense. And clarifying, so you can name the file before emailing. So when you scan to email,
So
it's probably going to show up as an attachment.
Here. Yeah, so if I scan an email, that same preview populates, and then it just, I hit attach to email, and I don't want to open my email inbox right now because it's really messy, but you know, it hits.
So really what you're doing is you're just renaming the attachment as it's attached to the email, like you would any attachment that you even dragged from your desktop, right? So it's the same, right. So there it is. It's not a ScanSnap function per se. It's just, I've got an attachment in an email now. I can rename it the way I would any attachment.
Correct, yeah. It's just a PDF.
So what
Now, can I set up like workflows where if I know I'm scanning for a particular client, I just want it to default to the same share file inbox folder for that client? And then, like, is there a way to set up that kind of workflow?
Not really, because of the way that the share file uploading tool works. You see this kind of window, but it looks like a share file window. And so it's allowing you to drop down and change your folder structure for share file. But since with the integration with share file, it does require you to select the folder every time. But what you can do is you can take a shortcut and not have your quick menu open, but just have the scan to share file populate. So you would create a profile, or, you know, just have it automatically go into share file. And then that share file window will open for you.
Okay. And so what if I'm going to, well, I could also probably just scan it to a local folder that's synced with share file, right?
Right.
And so would that be easier then? Could I create I'm trying to think in terms of workflow. Like I have, like you said earlier, a stack of documents on my desk, but they might be representing 3 different clients that I've got documents for. And so I want a way to quickly just scan them and route them. Or is it better to just have like a general scanning inbox and then route them from there myself?
Well, I mean, either way will work. the first way that we can do it is you can create profiles. So you can create profiles for each I think we can create up to 10 profiles. So you can have 10 different folders that your documents go into, or 10 different locations. And then instead of seeing the quick menu, you would, let's see if it will let me, instead of right clicking, you would left click. Here we go. Let's do, I don't think it will let me do settings when this is open. Yes, I'm going to delete this file. So it says behind all of, like, my quick menu is open, but if I go and I go into my, and I turn off my quick menu, then I will be able to show you, and I don't know if, hopefully you guys can see this. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong one. What? Hold on, I can't see what's going on. Okay, here's my profiles.
Okay.
So I have different profiles set up, and so I can have different profiles set up to scan to different folders. And so those folders can be synced with ShareFile. Perfect. So I would just go to, this is my Dr. Chrono file. This is another, it's a doctor app that we're working with, and so they use Box Sync. And so I have this folder attached to Box Sync. And so all my documents go into this folder, automatically get synced up to Dr. Chrono.
That makes sense. So I would just create the folders that are actually already in the synced folders for whatever file management app I'm using, whether it's ShareFile, Box.com, or Dropbox, or Google Drive.
Whatever you want, yeah. So
right.
you just, rather than having photo scanning right here, or DevonThink, you would have, client
X-inbox or something. So I know that's where all the scans go, and then I'll probably want to rename them, and then that's because that's my current workflow. I have an inbox for each client for documents, and then they get renamed and put in their permanent homes.
Perfect.
So I think that might be the way to do it, Sarah, if you're still listening on Facebook, is create these profiles to local folders that are in your shared document services, and then set up your workflow for routing that way. And Gina says, Sarah, I hope you don't mind me speaking for you. She says, not at all. Alexa asks, does the even smaller scanner get all software? So you can use all the same software?
Yeah. Everything, all of our software comes standard. The only thing that's different is IX500 does come with a full license of Nuance Power PDF.
And sorry, Tamitha says, and she said this to me privately on chat, and I think it was meant for everybody. For smaller clients, we buy them the X100. For the larger clients, we buy the IX500.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense because go ahead, Sarah.
What are the features of the IX500, like, as far as, like, how many documents you could put in, or?
I think you said 50 at a time, right?
50 at a time, and then 25 pages a minute. So technically 50 images, because we do duplex with the IX500 here. And then we delete all those blank pages for you, rotate them right side up, auto color, auto crop. So everything is nice, clean, and perfect the way that it comes into the system. You're not
and it's good quality, even though you're scanning at a high rate of speed. Because I've played with other scanners that did fast scanning, and the quality was crap. So I'm assuming this is still really good quality, even though it's doing it like 50 documents is done in 2 minutes. Then, right? That's pretty fast.
Yeah, I have a couple questions.
Okay.
Good.
I have a ScanSnap S510. I'm assuming that's the comparable to the IX500 or whatever.
Ooh, an old scanner. That thing's almost 10 years old.
I think I've had it for about 6 or 7 years. My question.
And Alexa is asking this question too. She has an old ScanSnap. Can she still get the new cloud software?
No, it does have to have the wireless feature that the IX500 and the IX100 have.
How about the software? Can you run most of the software on the S510?
If you had a new scanner, you could use the new software with the older scanners, but unfortunately, you can't download.
You can't buy the software separately.
No.
On the one I have, it came with Adobe, and Adobe no longer supports CDs. You have to basically subscription. Do you still use Adobe, or is that gone?
No, because of that reason, we switched over to Adobe DC, which came as a sheet of paper in the scan, like in the box with the scanner. Everyone threw it away. So it became like a very big issue. And so we switched over to Nuance Power PDF, which is comparable and if not a little bit more feature rich than Adobe Standard, or I think Adobe DC is what it's compared to. But either way, like it's a really great software. The nice thing about it is that with Nuance, it comes with not only a PC version, but a Mac version as well.
Okay.
And then it does mimic like a Windows style. So everything's kind of easy to use and, you know, like kind of in the same kind of progress as like a Microsoft Office.
Okay, final question. This is a real practical matter, but how do you keep the pages from sticking together? I mean, like one of my major, you know, problem. Pardon?
Yeah, it's one of the issues. Is it with your scanner currently?
Yeah.
Like having pages stick together? The first thing I would do is maybe rub down your scanner and like the rollers and the brake pad with rubbing alcohol, like 91% rubbing alcohol on a lint-free cloth, and just give it a nice clean, because, you know, no matter how clean pages are that you're scanning, they do have stuff stuck to them. And then also if you're scanning a huge stack, kind of fan the pages before you put them into the scanner. If the issue continues, then I would recommend changing your rollers, which costs about $50 to do, and you can buy them through our store, which is a really long name, but if you just look for Fujitsu scanner parts, it should populate in Google.
Okay.
Also, it's important not to stick your chewing gum on the papers you're going to scan.
Yes, or really old rubber bands, you know, because they get stuck to the pages and they like break. I've had that issue before.
And staples. You really want to pull staples out before scan. I've actually done that, like moving too fast. That can wreak havoc.
Well, the nice thing is I can scan it, and then I've got SmartVault on my, you know, and so I copy it to SmartVault, and then it gets put up in SmartVault Cloud. So,
you know, it'd be really cool. This is like a hardware feature suggestion, Allie, that you can maybe run up the flagpole at Fujitsu, is to have a combination scanner/shredder. So as I'm scanning it, it just shreds the document. Only you have to be sure that it's going to scan right the first time.
I'm pretty sure that if you go into BWAM, someone posted a photo somewhere of their scanner, their ScanSnap, sitting on top of a shredder. I saw it with my own eyes, so I know that it's there, but I'm not sure which exact accounting group it's in on Facebook. But it's there.
Hilarious. That's hilarious. All right, what else we got?
Jesse.
Oh, go ahead. Jesse had his hand raised. So, Jesse, did you have a question? Maybe not. Sorry, Gina. Go ahead.
Jesse Gleaton. Does ScanSnap integrate with Google Drive, and can I purchase one quickly at a store like Best Buy?
No, but you can get it on Amazon, and it's there in 2 days with Prime. But yes, we do have an integration with Google Drive. You can use Google Drive on either our traditional desktop way. I don't think I have Google Drive on this computer.
I thought I saw Google Drive come up when you were showing the options for what to scan to.
I have like all of them, so I don't know which ones I have on which computer. But yes, it does work with Google Drive, both on our ScanSnap Manager and with ScanSnap Cloud.
Plus, again, if you're using a service like Google Drive, you should absolutely install Google Drive's. They changed the name. It used to be called Google Drive, but there's sync application, so that again you would scan it to the local folders. I personally think that's much easier. Scan it to your local Google Drive folder, and that way you can go in right away and rename it, right? And then because then it's synced with Google Drive. So if naming is an issue, that to me just makes more sense. If you can use any of these services like Box or Dropbox or Evernote, or well, not so much Evernote, even you're going to probably want to scan it to the app, which is going to be on your desktop, and that's synced. So it's, again, easy to rename. And by the way, with Evernote, if you have a document in, like embedded in the note, all you have to do is right-click it, and there's a choice to rename it right there locally. So I think that's the best way to go with this kind of stuff, is just configure it to scan to the local Google Drive folder and then rename it. And then it'll just sync up later. And then you can, if it's something where you don't want all these documents on your local machine, then fine. Once it syncs up to the cloud, build it into your weekly workflow that you go through your Google Drive folders on the cloud side and move things into folders that are not synced, so that you ultimately unclutter your local files on your computer. And if you need to know how to unsync folders in Google Drive or any of these services, I pretty much have used them all and studied every nook and cranny of what they do, so I can show you. Just get with me later on.
So we have any more questions right now?
Let's check the Facebook feed. Apparently everybody's watching on Facebook today. The last one was Jesse's. And yeah, we covered the last one about the software for all the scanners.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I'm going to show you our ScanSnap Cloud software here. Sorry, my my text message. I thought I closed out my text messages, but they're still coming through.
Oh, that's okay. Just forward those to me. I'll take care of them for you.
Oh, you'll take care of them too? Okay.
Yeah, I'll respond to everyone.
Allie's busy right now. She needs a secretary. So here's our ScanSnap Cloud software. As you can see, we have a nice long list of partners that we integrate with, and this list is continuing to grow. We have some more on the way, not only in accounting, but in legal as well. I think like HR and real estate too, which is very exciting.
So is there a mobile app for ScanSnap so that I can like do something with my camera phone and then send it to Expensify?
Yeah, you can. We actually have a feature inside of ScanSnap Cloud in our app. It's called ScanSnap Camera. Oh my God, my text messages are blowing up right now.
You know what? You need to tell Scotty to calm down.
It's my boyfriend. Leave me alone. Oh, goodness. Yeah, we have a feature called ScanSnap Camera. So once you've installed ScanSnap Cloud and have it all set up, you can use our ScanSnap Camera feature. So when you don't have your scanner, you can just snap some photos and then we can edit them for you and then push them out into those locations.
That's amazing.
Which is really nice, right? And as you can see, we got all of these. We even have one with QuickBooks Online to send out receipts directly into expenses. So I don't know why that one's not showing up here, but you can see that we have Expensify, Talk Accounting, which is a really neat service that's coming up in the accounting industry. It's where your clients can actually snap a photo or scan receipts, and they can talk into their mobile device and tell you guys exactly who was at lunch with me, where it was, and what we talked about. So everything's there digitally
really cool.
with it. Yeah.
All right, new app to check out. Talk.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe I can get them on here. Do you know who owns the company?
I do.
All right, separately, I'll email you for an introduction.
Perfect. And we got HubDoc here, and then we got all of our cloud service. LedgerDocs also is a document management system based out of Canada. They're more popular in Canada, but they're making a break for it in the US. And then we have Rocket Matter, which is a legal practice management solution too. So here's what it kind of looks like. And then as you can see, the nice thing about ScanSnap Cloud is that we have an automatic sorting. So we can actually send documents to 4 different locations. I can send my business cards over to Evernote, all of my receipts into Expensify, and all of my photos into Google Photos, which is nice. So I can actually drop documents, receipts, business cards, and photos into my scanner, scan all of them through at the same time, and then our software will automatically parse them out for you.
That's awesome.
I don't have any scanned documents, but what I will do is I'm going to go over and I'm going to switch over to ScanSnap Cloud here, and then I'm going to open up my IX100, and hopefully it will not betray me right now. But it's turning on, and I'll show you guys. So it's turning on right now, and as you can see, it's blue, and then it will kind of turn this like purpley color, which
I like that.
verifies that it's supposed to be purple. They call it like a cloud purple orange thing. I don't know.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I got to check something here. I think I might have purpley in here somewhere.
Oh, purpley. Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then I'll scan my lovely Butterball turkey gift card that my company gave me for $25.
Isn't it a little late?
The only piece of paper that I have. Well, technically, it will work as a $25 gift card to a grocery store. So I still
you didn't have to actually respond to that. That's just me being an idiot.
Literally the only piece of paper that I have in my house that's not a tax document. So I couldn't scan any of those. But as you can see, it's scanning through here right now, and then it named it, thank you for your hard work, and probably said, and dedication, happy Thanksgiving, but it also put a timestamp on there for me. And it's already saving into Google Drive. So when I go into Google Drive, it will be in my ScanSnap folder inside of my Google Drive.
That's awesome. Stupid question. So the Wi-Fi on the scanner, how does it connect? Do I have to configure it to connect to like my home Wi-Fi, or if I'm out and about, can it go just connect to any Wi-Fi? Like, how do I connect it?
That's a really good question. So you do have to go through a configuration process, which requires you, unless you have the IX100, requires you to have it physically attached to your computer. But if you are scanning with your IX100, there's a few different ways that you can do it. You can update it through our app, but you do have to configure it. The best way is to use like your hotspot on your phone, because most people do pay for extra Wi-Fi like that. So that's the easiest way to keep it mobile with you. And then what you also can do is that the iX100 has a really great feature called Direct Connect. So when you're scanning into your ScanSnap Connect app, which is different from the cloud app, it enables you to use the Wi-Fi that the scanner itself transmits. So if I go into my Wi-Fi networks here, you can see all of the lovely Wi-Fi networks that we have. And then
I love Treehouse. That's awesome.
mine. Oh shoot, it won't, man, it's not going to show it for you since I already have it connected. Anyways, but if you go into it, you'll see this, you'll see iX100 dash your serial number, and that's actually the iX100 transmitting a small Wi-Fi connection for you. Now you can't like browse Facebook or send emails on it, but you can scan directly to your phone using our Direct Connect mode.
What if I just turn my phone into a mobile hotspot? Can I connect the scanner
Perfect.
to that?
Yes, you can.
Right. And how do I get into the scanner's configuration to tell it or give it a password or get it to connect?
Let's see, you go into Preferences and Scanner, and then it has all of my, as you can see, I have lots of scanners that I attach.
So that's the app on my computer.
This is the app on your computer, and then you just hit network change, and then it will allow you to change your network. Let me grab my cell phone really quick, and
Okay.
show you. It's even showing here on my phone that I have a nice saved document into Google Drive. Can I don't know. Let's see.
Oh, Allie, are you going to be using that gift certificate like in the next day or two?
Probably.
Okay, just make sure you use it, because if I publish it live, somebody might try and steal it.
I don't know if they can steal it, but they can try.
All right, I just wanted to make sure. Otherwise, I can blur it out for you before I go.
Oh no, I don't really care. I don't think someone's gonna print it out from a screenshot and go into use.
That would be pretty sad if somebody actually went to that trouble to steal a $25 gift certificate.
I know.
At that point, I would say, you know what? Take it. It's yours.
I'm gonna try this and let's see if it will let me. I don't really want to do that. Cancel. What is going on here?
Oop, thank you all for giving us the love on Facebook. I see the little hearts and thumbs up going by. Keep them coming. That stuff gets me excited.
Stop sharing.
And Kelly says, LL, all those starving accountants.
Let's see. I'm going to try to share my screen with my iPhone. Here we go. Yeah, look at me. I'm so smart. Now it's just trying to show my photos. Okay. What is going on? Everything else is showing up. Not now. So if I go into here, which is this little hamburger menu, and then I go into my settings, then here you have all of your cloud storage settings here. So I can, again, select by document type. And then if I go into my wireless access, it allows me to, again, look at my long list, and then I can select which scanner I have, and I have this one down here. I just log into my password, and then it will allow me to configure it from here too. So I can configure it quickly to another Wi-Fi router if I need to, if I want to go.
All right, and so again, I'm a little slow, so I'm just trying to think through. I've got my wireless scanner with me, right? I'm at my clients, and let's assume I don't have the client's Wi-Fi. How do I get into that scanner now to configure it to be able to scan and put it into even ScanSnap Cloud, let's say? Like, how do I connect that scanner at that point? Because I guess I would have to connect it to my computer first so I can configure it, or?
No, with the iX100, I can actually wirelessly configure it, which is really nice. So I can configure it without using it because it does have that Wi-Fi feature. So I'm able to connect to initially set it up, I'm actually able to connect to the scanner's Wi-Fi. The
scanner's own Wi-Fi. Got it. Configure it, and then I can link it to a faster connection.
Yeah.
Okay, now I understand. That's the part I was missing.
So I have to say, Alexa's comment is, Allie's treehouse must be full of scanners.
Well, you know she doesn't hang them on the wall.
I don't hang them on the wall, but I have them. Okay, I'm going to disconnect my computer or my phone because it keeps trying to take all my photos and stuff.
And there's so I saw it, I think it was Sarah who made the comment, which is like a comment / question. So, and Allie, I'm wondering how you'd respond to this. So the question is, let's say I'm a CPA firm and a large CPA firm dealing with a lot of clients. What would be a good workflow so that I can quickly go to these documents, scan it? Because you said the preset ones, I forgot what you called it, that I can do are limited to 10, right?
The profiles.
The profiles. So what if I have 50 clients and I want to just, it sounds like I can set up to 10 profiles. If beyond that, I'd probably just need like a general inbox then and just kind of sort it from there.
Yeah, I would probably do a general inbox and then set up almost like a to be filed folder. So everything gets scanned directly into that folder, and then you go back through and name them and then put them in the folder that you want them to go into in the client's folder, or pre-name them, or like name them and then put them into that to be filed so that it just goes into that one, and then you can drag and drop into your entire folder structure.
Right. So here's a tip, folks. What you do is you go to your local college or university that's in the area and bring in an intern and pretty much hire the intern to just name and sort scan documents, right? It's like hiring monkeys to do mindless work for you, right? You just hire college students. That's what I would do.
That's what I would do.
Right. I've like Woodbury University is right up the street from my house. I'd probably go there and look for interns, or I'd go to like USC, but those kids are kind of spoiled over there.
They're a little bit more expensive.
Right. They're more expensive. I can go to UCLA, but that's a little further away. So anyway, I'm all kidding aside. That's probably not a bad way to go, especially if you in that kind of environment where you have that many clients. It's probably worthwhile to have interns, people who are interested in learning about the accounting world, right? Have them come in and have them scan documents, and while they're scanning documents, they're getting exposed and hearing what's going on and they're starting to get a feel for what goes on at a large accounting firm. So I'm not even kidding. That's actually probably not a bad way to go if you have a lot of documents and clients to sort scans across.
Or as Virginia Lee says, use your teenager.
There it is there.
Good one too.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions? We've got about a little less than 10 minutes left.
I want to go back to Sarah Laidlaw again. She said, what about the FI series?
Okay, yeah, we can talk about the FI series. So the FI series is our enterprise level scanners. It is obviously a lot bigger than our ScanSnap product line. We like to say our ScanSnap's more of our small to medium size scanners for or SMB, like small to medium sized businesses. We also call it our prosumer level. So a lot of consumers use our product, but then also a lot of small, medium businesses do as well. Our FI series are more of our traditional scanners. So they have what is called a Twain driver in them. And a Twain driver is a legacy driver. It allows you to scan directly into third-party applications or legacy software. We'll use like Drake software, Lacert, CCH, all of those tax softwares that are typically desktop. Those allow you to scan directly into that software, into a specific location within it. So what it really allows you to do is call the scanner from within inside of the software that you're using. It is necessary if you are a tax accountant and that's all you do, then you will want a Twain driver because you're not going to want to do that double scan or the double save and then drag and drop or save it into the system. But it is like a older technology. The FI series are really great scanners. The Twain driver itself is an old technology, but it's not necessary. It's not do or die. Like you can live without a Twain driver if you want the ScanSnap and you want all those features that the ScanSnap have. They are all wired to your computer, so they are all wired and they are PC only, so it doesn't really work on our Macs. They range from our smallest one, I think, does about 60 pages a minute, and our largest one does 135 pages a minute. So if you are let's say like a forensic accountant and you have to scan a lot of paper, you're going to want that bigger scanner. But they are great scanners. If anyone has any questions, they're more than welcome to email me, or I think maybe Twitter would be a better way to get a hold of me because my email address is very long. I don't even, let's see if I can.
Sarah's also asking, is there any plans to let the cool software work with the FI series?
There's a couple of features. So you can use our ScanSnap Manager. It's called like ScanSnap 4FI series. It is a limited one. Maybe someday they'll come out with a wireless FI series, but not right now.
Okay. All right. So how do we get in touch with you, Allie? If people have, well, you said you have a long email address, which, by the way,
email address. I can spell it out for you, but I mean, like, it's really long.
I can get it to people. So if anybody wants to reach out to Allie, I can just CC both of you on an email so that you can, because that's the thing about email is you only really need to enter it once ever, and then it's just there. So I can get you in touch with Allie. What's your it's arampannis@us.fujitsu.com. If you can spell it out, I give you all the props. You get a free scanner if you can spell that and remember it.
I'm kidding. Remember it, yeah.
So what's your Twitter handle?
It's just Allie @AllieRampannis.
Okay. Okay, we've got some sad and angry faces. What? I guess they don't like the long email address.
They don't like my long email. Okay, so if everyone emails me and complains about my email address being too long, maybe it will be enough for them to shorten it to allier.pfu@us.fujitsu.com.
They should just set up ScanSnapAllie@fujitsu.com.
Or you can also email scansnap@us.fujitsu.com too, and I answer those emails.
Oh, you'll get to those? Okay. So either way, but probably the best thing is just email me and I'll copy Allie so that you can reach out to her. And you said the best place to go to get a scanner is Amazon, correct?
Yes, Amazon's the best place. I mean, you can't beat 2-day free shipping with Prime.
Right.
And you'll get it there in 2 days. That's usually what I tell people at conferences. I'll actually go through their Amazon account and buy the scanner for them so that they're on their doorstep by the time they get home from the conference.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. What else? Anybody else? Anything else? Any questions, concerns, comments, feedback? Anybody need therapy? I know after something like this, what I want to do is I want to like schedule a whole day to do nothing but play with my ScanSnap scanner and the software and just figure out everything I can do with it and start dreaming up workflows to implement using the scanners, especially the challenging ones like when I have 50 clients and setting up the routing and all that. Sarah says, I hate to go from 80 to 25 pages per minute. I think she's talking about because she has the Twain.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I would probably stick with the Twain. I mean, especially if it works for you. I know that it's cool to have some of the ScanSnap features, but you can always, for your mobile side of it, get the IX100 so you have the scanning or the ScanSnap features, but then also have the robustity of our FI series.
Beautiful. All right. Well, thank you, Allie, so much for being with us this week.
Thank you for having me.
I will have to do it again sometime. This was great. I think it was really cool to see the software. I knew it would be from when we talked to QuickBooks Connect this year, finally.
Yes.
Seeing you at the conferences for the whole 5 years since, I thought it was longer, actually. I'm surprised it's only 5 years. It feels like it feels like longer.
I think because when I started, it was right around Scaling New Heights. So I've done 6 years this will be my 6th year of Scaling New Heights, but like my 5th year at Fujitsu. So it's a nice little offset there.
Gotcha. So folks, next week we're going to have checkbook.io, which is on some levels maybe an alternative to bill.com. It's a way of getting people paid automatically and electronically and easily. You can actually email a check to somebody and they can actually print that out and go deposit it at the bank. Really cool stuff. We've had them on before. We're having them on again. Again, Allie, thank you so much. We'll see you all next week for another amazing Zoom In with Seth, David, and Friends call. Gina, what's going on today at 2 p.m. Pacific and 5 p.m. Eastern?
Totally unscripted as usual. What you see is what you get.
SBAA, Small Business Accounting Advisors. Find it on Facebook. Join the group. If you're lucky enough, Gina will let you in and let you participate.
I'll let everyone in.
All right. We'll see you all around on the web.
Bye.
Bye.